This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Well, a very pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Preston Gym as tonight the Preston Indians play host to the Twin Falls Bruins in the Great Western 10 Conference District Championship game. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
As Lyle Fuller joins me on the broadcast here tonight. You know, this matches two teams who haven't seen each other since December the 7th.
Yeah, and that early season game, of course, Preston still trying to find its footing with the 5 new starters and all. Twin Falls brought back all their team from last year pretty much. So that game was at Twin Falls, and the Indians came up short. But both teams have improved since then, and we'll see if Preston's improved enough to pull off a win here tonight.
We need to apologize right off the top. Our camera has malfunctioned, so we're not going to have any video for you tonight, but we will have just an old-fashioned radio broadcast. We're glad to have you with us. We'll paint the pictures with words the best we can tonight, and certainly hope to entertain everyone as joining us not only here in Preston, but also those joining us from over the Twin Falls area as well. And again, we apologize for not having a picture tonight for as far as the video feed goes. The camera just went out about 10 minutes before we went on the air, and we tried to get it fixed, but we're just simply not able to. For Preston, they've knocked off Minico for the 3rd time this year to earn a spot here in this championship game and punch their ticket to the state tournament next week, which was a big win for them.
Yeah, great win against Minico, and Preston's, we're where we want to be hosting this game tonight here at our gym. Of course, it's a home court advantage, and Twin Falls comes in as a very formidable opponent, and we've heard Coach Jones talk about the respect he has for them. I'm sure he'll talk about that in the pregame interview as well. But, boy, this should be a good one tonight. Sure looking forward to this one.
For Twin Falls, they did almost the unthinkable. They went in to Century and beat the Diamondbacks back on the 16th, winning that game by the score of 66-57.
Yeah, interesting there. Some of our fans may have heard Century, as I understand it, Dan, I haven't had this confirmed, but as I understand it, Century was up by 9 when their big 6'7" center Rogers got hurt.
Exactly.
Twin Falls came storming back to win that game at Century to advance here to this championship game. So it'll go down as a win either way for Twin, but Century had them up in the first half. Century tonight will battle Pocatello at Century's home court for the 3rd and final seed to state from our district.
We'll take a timeout. We'll talk a little bit more about this game here tonight. We'll do all that right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Banking customer.
And I'm in your right ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. We know both these teams are headed for state next weekend in Boise. The only question left to answer tonight is who's going to be the number 1 seed and who will be the number 2 seed. The loser tonight will take the number 2 seed at state, and they will face Idaho Falls at 8 o'clock next Thursday night. The winner will get the winner of the play-in game, which right now is a combination of 4 different teams: Middleton, Manapa, Hillcrest, or Bonneville.
Yeah, and we've seen Bishop Kelly a lot at state the last few years. Bishop Kelly was put out by Nampa the other night, so Bishop Kelly won't be in the mix for state at all. But, that Idaho Falls team, very tall, like Twin Falls, very talented. That'd be a tough first-round matchup.
So we invite you now to stay tuned. All the excitement of Preston Indians basketball is coming up right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. Welcome you back inside Preston Gym. This is Preston Indians basketball, as tonight it is the championship game of the district tournament here from Preston Gym, as the Indians will take on the Twin Falls Bruins. As they get ready to announce the starting lineups, we'll again apologize for not having a picture tonight. It'll be sound only, as our camera has malfunctioned just before we went on the air here this evening. So we'll paint you a picture the best we can with words tonight, and hopefully you'll still enjoy the game. Glad to have you along. I am Dan Hubbard. Lyle Fuller with me tonight doing color. First, the starting lineups. First for the Twin Falls Bruins, 6'4" senior Winston Duggan will get the start. Faust Yaceta, a 6'3" senior, will start tonight as well. Wyatt Hazer, a 5'10" senior. Ryan Ball, who is a 6'9" senior, and Mitchell Brzee, who is a 6'10" senior. Lyle, they start 5 seniors, a very experienced group.
Yeah, tall timber, and they brought all that experience back. So.
For the Preston Indians as they dim the lights here in the arena. Preston has won 25 games in a row on their home floor, and they come in with a record of 21-2 on the year. Twin Falls is 20-2. Starting lineups for the Indians, a 6'4" junior is Cooper Hobson. Scott Dunn, a 6'2" junior who had 12 points the other night against Monaco. Luke Smaley had a game-high 18 points. Luke is a 6'2" junior. Wiley Parker, the only senior in the starting lineup, is 6'3", and Ty Hyde, a 6'6" junior, will start in the middle. And it's not very often you're going to find a team that is going to outsize Ty inside.
Yeah, and in that first game at Twin Falls, from what I recall and understand, Ty actually had a pretty decent game. It'll be important for him, of course, to stay out of foul trouble. I know we've talked about that a lot this year, but after Ty, we become quite a bit smaller in the post, which would work to Twin Falls' advantage. So, I think Preston would like to, use our speed and quickness and try to create mismatches on the perimeter that way.
We mentioned that the Indians have won 25 games in a row on this floor. I don't believe in jinxes. I don't believe I can say anything to sway the outcome of a game. But tomorrow is 2 years to the day the last time Preston lost on their home floor.
Which I think was Idaho Falls
right.
in the district tournament championship in the previous district. But Indians, this is what you play for all year, a chance to win a district championship. You want to be a championship program and hang those banners. Both coaches tonight, Dan, Coach Harr for Twin Falls, Coach Jones for Preston, have won state championships with these schools in the past, so matchup of very experienced coaches as well.
So here we go. Preston will wear white tonight. Twin Falls in their road blue. Preston will go from right to left in the first half, and Ty Hyde controls the opening tap, and we're underway. Gives it back to Smaley in the backcourt. Luke up in the front court. Gives it off to Parker at the elbow. Now he'll hand it to Hobson, who kind of turned an ankle a little bit in the last game against Minico. Smaley down the middle, gets an easy layup. Quickly, here comes Yaceta back up into the front court for Twin Falls. Holds up one finger. Gives it off to Hazer. Now back to Yaceta. Pumps a three from the right side is good.
Yep. Yaceta, fine guard, 6'3", good size.
Smaley up into the front court. As Twin Falls comes out in a man-on-man defense here in the early going of quarter number 1. Gives it to Hyde, now gives it right back to Smaley. As Hazer kind of reaches in as he looks over to the coach. Again, Luke drives all the way, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the basket. And he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, as long as they leave Hazer on Smaley, I look for Luke to drive that ball almost every time.
Wyatt Hazer called for the foul, his first. And Luke's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Smaley, as we mentioned, had a team-high 18 points in the game against Minico here last Saturday and makes the first one.
Yeah, and I think one of the turning points for the Indians offensively this year is when Luke started getting more aggressive, driving to the hole and looking for his own offense a little more.
Luke, as a matter of fact, has led the team in scoring as the signal rolls in as well. He's led the team in scoring in each of the last 2 games. He's had 18 in each of those last 2. Preston on top, 4-3 here in the first. Down in the corner, bounce it down low, tried to get it to Brzee. Lost it, however, the Twin Falls Bruins able to control it. Back to Yasetta again, looks at another 3 and hits it.
Yeah, well, we know he can shoot.
Faust Yasetta with a pair of 3s, and it's 6-4, Twin Falls on top. Smaley gets it across the timeline, looks to come left to Hobson, but Hobson broke to the basket and Luke threw it into the bench.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. We'll see if the Indians can calibrate their defense to shut down Yasetta on those 3s here.
Doing a good job against the 2 big guys. They run kind of a twin post offense as it goes into Brzee in the paint, turns on Hyde, no good. Top back out on the floor, it stays with the Bruins. 3-pointer, no good. Brzee gets the rebound and puts it in.
Yeah, Brzee just used his superior size on that one. That was just pure size.
Little reverse layup, got the hoop, and now Twin Falls leads by 4. It's 8-4 with 5:55 left. Down to Smaley, back down to the paint. Goes back up and in.
I don't think Hazer can really guard Luke very effectively.
Brzee with a smart play just let him get the uncontested layup and leave him alone.
Yeah, we do need to get somebody else to shoot a shot though, besides Luke.
Duggan, back down low to Ball, Ryan Ball at 6'9", gets his first 2 points of the game. And the long lead pass is out of bounds. That's 2 turnovers against Preston here in the early going, and Twin Falls has yet to turn the ball over.
A little bit of nerves on Preston maybe.
Just trying to break out just a little bit too quick as the pass went over the head of Scott Dunn. Back up in the front court. Ball comes to Ryan Dunn. Kick it back in the corner. A 3 from the corner is good. As Wyatt Hazer hits 3 and a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout called by Preston. And it gives us a chance to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Stokes Market and True Value. They see every customer not just as a customer, both as a friend and as a customer. Their clean and modern store has the freshest meats, the freshest produce, and fresh bakery items. So find the lowest prices in town every time that you visit. Stop by Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street in Preston. 13-6.
Yeah, Smaley with all 6 of Preston's points, and Twin Falls, I think, yet to miss a shot. They only 3 for 3 on 3s, and the Ball and Brzee both have a layup right under the hoop. So
this is kind of the way the game started out back in December. Twin Falls got out to an early lead. Preston fought back, made it a 7-point game at halftime with Twin Falls leading, and then just things really took a turn for the worse for Preston in the third quarter. Ty inside, almost traveled, threw it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and he's fouled.
Let's see. I think they got Ball. Let's see here.
It will be on Ryan Ball. That's his first, team's second. Ty's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 on the shooting foul. In that game at Twin Falls back on December the 7th, Ty had a total of 10 points. Makes his first one here.
Yeah, he'll have to use his footwork here with going up against a taller defender, create some space, get his shoulders past the defender.
Ty makes them both.
Now some pressure from the Indians, full court.
Get it up in the front court as it comes to Brzee. Up now they get it to Duggan, knocked it down, had to go chasing into the corner. Back out top to Hazer, they get it to Yasetta. Ball pops out past the three-point line to get the ball. A little 3-man weave as it goes back to Yasetta for a 2 from about 14 is no good. Tapped up in the air a couple of different times, and it's going to stay with Twin Falls.
Yeah, Hyde and Riley Parker down there battling Brzee for the rebound. Twin will inbounds under their own basket.
Again, we apologize for no video tonight. We'll paint a picture for you in words as it comes into Duggan on the left side. Back out top to Hazer, back to Duggan. Left side, back to Yasetta. One bounce dribble. Now they get it back down low to Ball. Ball, his layup, no good. And they go back up again. This is probably going to be against Parker.
Yeah. Ty tried to take a charge on Ball's drive. No call either way.
It will be against Riley. His first, team's first as well. As Ryan Ball goes to the line to shoot 2. First one's no good.
Yeah, you know, with the taller Bruin lineup, Dan, so important that guys box out and hold their box outs a count longer than you normally would. Make them come over your back, make the referees call an over the back call.
Second was no good. He missed them both. The second one was way too strong. And Hyde with good position gets the rebound in front of Brzee.
Now they've switched Yasueda onto Smaley.
4:10 to play here in the first quarter. 13-8, Twin Falls on top by 5. Smaley goes down in the right corner to Dunn. Back out top, back to Hobson. Looks at a 3. Good.
Boy, big shot. Give the Indians some momentum.
Cooper makes his first 3 of the night. He had 14 points to lead the team in that game at Twin Falls back in December. 3-pointer from the corner. Put up there by Duggan is no good. Long rebound comes back off all the way back out top to Yasetta. Back in front of the Preston bench to Hazer. One bounce dribble by Ball. Kicks it back over on the left side. Driving is Duggan.
Gotta call that.
And that's a charging call. Player control foul against Duggan. That'll be his first and the team's third.
Yep. Greg Harding and Mike Cardona both right there are referees. Harding's charging call. Very good veteran official crew tonight here, Ben.
Gage Blue comes in. Winston Duggan will head to the bench.
Adam Carlson, our third official here tonight.
So Twin Falls up by a deuce, 13-11. 3.5 to play here in the first quarter. Smaley gets a little body contact with room to work. Gives it back to Hobson. Cooper steps inside the arc, gives it to Hyde at the right elbow. Back to Smaley, drives, tries to go up over Brzee. It's blocked and controlled by Brzee.
Yep, good position defense by Brzee that time.
Back to Yasetta up in the front court as it goes to Hazer. Back down low to Ball, who had it and dropped it out of bounds. Tried to look up before he had the ball and just had to go right between his mitts.
Yeah, they're trying to use their 2 twin towers in that high-low. That time Brzee in the high post, trying to feed Ball in the low post through his mitts.
Garrett Ward comes in. Riley Parker heads to the bench. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the first. Smaley goes on the left side to Hobson. Down low on the low post to Hyde. Turns, lost the ball, picked up by Ball, and a holding foul in the back court. Ward tried to reach around him to get to the ball and held him.
Yeah, Ward trying to reach around Hudson Klunt there.
So 2:45 to play in the quarter. Ball goes back over to Twin Falls after the foul. In the right corner, a long three-pointer is too long. That's kept on the floor. Brzee able to put it back in, as it was Hudson Klunt who got a hand on it and kept it alive.
Yeah, Twin getting a lot of offensive rebounds right now.
Smaley with it, 4-point lead for Twin Falls. 2:20 to play here in the quarter. Luke drives, runs into Yasetta. Yasetta took it away, and now controlled by Twin Falls as it goes to Plu. Back to Yasetta, up into the front court. Over to Hazer. Back down low, try to get it to Brzee. He fumbled the ball, and the Indians take it away. Done with it, up into the front court. It goes to Smaley. Luke stops at the elbow, kicks it back out to Ward, and they'll set up the offense again with 1:50 to play here in the quarter. Luke looks over to the coach, and that's when Yasetta comes over and takes a little swipe of the ball, but not able to knock it loose. Luke comes down on the left side. Now he'll double back, go back to Dunn. Scott had it knocked away on his way to the bucket as well. Good hands by Hazer, picked up there by Twin Falls. Yasetta will slow it down, as Coach Harb tells just to slow it down a minute and set up the offense. Goes to Klunt. Klunt turns from the right elbow. That's no good. Ty with the rebound, stumbles, throws it to Hobson to try to keep it alive, and Hobson with a good foul. Fouls Brzee going up for a dunk.
Yeah, Hyde had that rebound corralled, but then it got poked away from him from behind. Ends up in the hands of Twin.
He was going down. He was off balance and almost, I'm sure he had it poked away, or he just threw it so he wouldn't be called for a traveling violation.
Yeah.
Here's Brzee. First one is good. Brzee has 5.
And we'll see Tyler Parker now in the game for Hobson.
Missed the second. So it remains a 5-point game, 16-11, 1:15 to play in the quarter. Smaley down the right side, goes in the right corner to Ward. Cut off along the baseline. He was double teamed, so he does a good job to get it back out to Smaley. Smaley dribbles it back out to the top of the key. 1 minute to play here in the first. Smaley again goes down into the right corner. Ty comes out to set a screen. Smaley drives all the way, lay it up and in.
There's that pick and roll where Luke just keeps it and drives it right into Brzee's chest.
Back down to Brzee on the block, and a offensive foul against Brzee. Brzee runs into Hyde, and Ty with a good acting job, draws the foul.
Ty giving up the body, drawing that charge. Now we'll see Ryan Ball and will come in and Brzee out. I think Brzee is more offensive minded of the two out of Ball and Brzee.
4 team fouls now on Twin Falls, 3 on Preston with 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Goes to Dunn down in the right corner. Drop it down on the block as it goes to Hyde. Hyde wants to turn on Ball, holds the ball up. Now gives it back to Smaley, 22 seconds to play. They'll hold on to it. Luke takes a peek at the clock. Now he'll pull it back out and they'll set up for the last shot. 14 seconds on the clock, which continues to run down to 11. 10 seconds now. Then we go inside of 10 as Luke still looks back at Coach Jones. Down to 6, down to 5. Luke pulls back out. 3, takes a three-pointer, needs a bounce, won't get it, and that's the way the quarter ends. So Twin Falls jumped out to an early lead, but Preston was able to at least fight back and get it close. We'll go to the second quarter with Twin Falls up by 3. It's 13-10 on mylocalradio.com.
Appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back. We go to the second quarter. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller with you tonight from Preston Gym. Twin Falls leads it after 1, 16-13. Bounce it down low to Ball, put it up and in.
Yeah, good drive by Usueda, created that opportunity for Ball.
Tyler Parker into the game as Ball got position on him inside and able to make that layup. As Smaley drives, the left-hand layup spins in, comes out. Ball had it, lost it. It's picked up down low by Plew, and Plew will give it off to Usueda, who will run the dribble now back up into the front court. 18-13, Twin Falls up by 5. Usueda back to Duggan, back into the game. Back out top to Usueda. Back on the right side to Duggan. Takes a 3, no good. Long rebound. Hobson had it, saved it on the floor as it comes to Smaley. Nice job by Cooper. Up into the front court. Bounce passes off the foot of Clount. And driving down to the floor was Usueda. And they're going to call that a held ball.
Wow,
and it's going to go back over to the Indians.
Clute and Smaley both had it, but held ball by right on the baseline. So go back to Preston on the alternating possession.
Surprised they didn't call a foul on the original shot because Cooper Hobson laid a pretty good body check on I believe it was Clute.
Yeah, Cooper was going to make sure that it wasn't an easy layup.
So 1 minute into quarter number 2. Dunn, left side, back out top to Riley Parker, back into the game. Lob it down low to Hyde, too far out in front of him. Ty saves it on the floor, but he saves it to Twin Falls. Duggan with it. Up into the front court, gives off to Hazer, back to Duggan. Lob it to Ball at the free throw line. Ball turns, 13-foot jumper, rolls in.
Yeah, the length of Twin Falls really bothering Preston's offense right now. Several turnovers.
They're trying to lob the ball inside the post, and they can't get it to come down quick enough. They get it down to Hyde on the block, goes up and around Brzee for the hoop. Hyde's got 4. It's a 5-point game with Twin Falls on top. 6:10 to play here in the first half. Brzee, free throw line, kicks it off. Right side, three-pointer is there as that's put in by Gage Blue with the three-point basket.
Yeah, Blue is wide open right on the line there.
Opens it up to a 7-point lead now, 22-15. Twin Falls on top as it comes to Hobson at the free throw line for Preston. To Dunn, free throw line extended right. To Parker, back over on the left side now as it comes back to Smaley. Smaley swings it across to Hobson, got a wide open three. Just a hair off. Parker had it, knocked away, scrum over right in front of the band in the corner, and they'll call this a held ball, and it's going to go back over to Twin.
Good hustle by Riley Parker, but couldn't quite corral it, so now we have a jump ball.
Faust Giussetta comes back into the game. Wyatt Hazer is now going to come to the bench. Full court pressure here by the Indians with 5.5 to play here in the first half. Ball will bring it in. Gets it into Giussetta. Up on the front court, it comes to Duggan. Duggan kicks it over in the corner there. It goes to Plew. Hit a three-pointer in that area just a minute ago. Tried to get it to Ball. He lost it. Picked up by Hyde for the Indians. Comes back to Smaley. Smaley takes a peek over at the bench, looks at the coach, gets the play they want to run. Now comes back up into the front court. Goes around. Brzee shot no good. That is off of Hyde and out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to Twin Falls.
Yeah, I thought Brzee got him on the body, but kind of similar to the Hobson call down here. No call. The play goes on.
Stays a 7-point lead for the Bruins, 22-15. 5:05 to play here in the second quarter tonight. Full court pressure again put on by the Indians. It comes up to Ball. Ball drives, has it stripped away. It goes to Brzee, runs over Hyde, no call. Three-pointer is put up by Duggan and in. Brzee ran over Ty Hyde and didn't get no call on the play.
Twin continues to shoot the ball really well.
And there's a reach-in foul. Giussetta can't believe it. That's going to be 5 fouls now on Twin Falls. The first on Giussetta. Ball will be out of bounds right in front of the scorer's bench. Wyatt Hazer comes back in as Smaley will bring it in right in front of the scorer's table. Lobs it into Hyde, fakes the handoff. Ty gives it back to Ward. Garrett tries to drive, runs into Ball, so he'll kick it back off. Back out to Hobson. Ty holds on to it at the left elbow, and it's a double dribble.
Yeah, Hobson picked up his dribble, looked for a cutting teammate, but no one was there, then just dribbled that thing again. So, again, the Indians, I haven't kept exact count, but several turnovers here in the first half for the Indians.
Too many. They're probably up around 7 or 8 already.
Yeah.
Hazer out top, comes over on the right side, back to Plew. Plew dribbles it back out to the top of the key, back to Hazer. Back to Brzee, who comes way out away from the bucket. Holding on to it outside of the three-point arc. Now dribbles it back to the top of the key, gives it back over to Plew.
Traveled.
As they try to go down low, that's going to be a traveling violation against Duggan.
Yeah. Plew saw the parting of the Red Sea, so to speak, and nobody between him and the hoop, and just traveled getting started.
10-point lead, 25-15. With Twin Falls on top here, 4 minutes to play in the first half.
The Indians really need a bucket here.
Hobson tried to get it into Hyde. It was knocked away. They fight for it, and it's going to go back over to Twin Falls. Last touch by Hobson. That's a good call as it bounced off of Hobson's arm as they two fell out of bounds.
Yeah, they could have called either on the loose ball pushing foul, but both players really just going for the ball, so no call, and Twin Falls will have another opportunity on offense.
Just set back into the game. Says they'll run the thumbs down as it comes to Hazer. Brzee way out again, top of the key to accept the pass. Back to Hazer again. Give it back to Giussette, back to Hazer. Swing it on the right side as it comes back to Ball. Looks down low, nothing there. So they'll go to the right, left elbow rather, give it back to Brzee. Now it comes all the way back on the right side again, back to Duggan. Back out top to Yesetta. Looks at a three, needs a bounce, won't get it. Rebound is off to Ward. Quick outlet to Hobson. Dribbles the ball across the midcourt line, gives it to Smaley, back to Ward. Ward drives on ball, swings it all the way around through the corner. It's taken away as Hobson wanted to drive. Duggan has it. Duggan all the way, stripped away from behind by Hobson and out of bounds. Good hustle by Hobson to get back into the play.
Yeah, hustle back, saved the layup.
And timeout here called by Twin Falls. We'll take one here as well. Back after this quick message on mylocalradio.com. We're back with 3:10 to play here in the quarter. Preston trails by 10. Twin Falls up 25-15. Twin Falls brings the ball in from out of bounds as it comes to Yesette. Yesette settles, lobs it down low to ball. It's off his hands and out of bounds.
Hobson right there, good defense on ball. Indians, Dan, been stuck on 15 a long time. In fact, we ended the quarter at 13. It's only 2 points so far here in this quarter.
And we're 5 minutes in. Comes to Hyde. Hyde turns, good hands again, knocks the ball away. Saved on the floor by Brzee, picked up by Yesette.
Active hands by the Bruins on defense once again.
Referees aren't going to call anything. They're not going to stop doing it either. Down the ball, turns on Hobson, puts it in. Ball now with 6 and the 12-point lead here for Twin Falls. Smaley up into the front court. Hobson comes across the baseline, settles in the left corner, gets the ball there from Smaley, down low to Hobson, or to Hyde, I should say. Ty looking for somebody to give it to. Finally finds Dunn out top. Dunn drives, goes up in the key, in and out, back to Ty, and a foul, holding foul is going to go against Brzee, who was on his way down and put all of his weight onto Hyde when Ty just flipped the ball toward the basket. That'll be his second. 6 team fouls now on Twin Falls, and Ty Hyde back to the line to shoot 2 more free throws.
Looks like they'll bring Hudson Klunt in to replace Brzee here after the first free throw.
You talked about how tough this Twin Falls team is. The first free throw here by Ty is no good. They've lost 2 games this year. Back-to-back games at Minico, at Century. 1-point losses in each game.
2 games by a total of 2 points. 2 wins over Idaho Falls.
Ty missed them both. It stays 27-15.
Indians just out of sync here.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Swing it over on the right side as it comes over to Hazer. Hazer holds onto it. Back out top to Ball. They'll give it to Klunt at the right corner. He'll give it back to Duggan. Swing it over on the right side as it comes back to Yesette. Yesette comes around the screen. Now wants to drive. See Ty there, puts it up and in around Ty.
Tough move.
Yesette with a nice layup. That's a 14-point lead now for Twin Falls. Twin Falls only scored 27 points in the first half in their first meeting. They have 29 here with 1.5 minutes to play in the half.
The Indians just not keeping pace here. Too many turnovers.
They have only scored 2 points in the quarter. As Smaley hit 3, gives him 11, and it's 29-18 with 1:10 to play. Yesetta pulls up, little jumper, needs a bounce, won't get it. And offensive foul
on Klunt, rebounding foul on Klunt under the basket.
So Klunt clearing out a body, draws the foul.
I think I saw, Dan, that Klunt has a college football scholarship. I don't remember which college, but
I believe it.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
That's going to be 1-1 here for Luke Smaley. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-1. We mentioned that Twin Falls had 27 in the first half of the first game. Preston had 20. First one is good by Smaley. If he makes this one, that'll give them 20 here in the first half tonight.
I think it'll be big if the Indians can, keep it under double digits here going into half. That'll be a big emotional lift here, given how the half's gone.
Smaley's second is good. Luke has 13 of the 20 points.
Yeah.
As the bad pass is going to go out of bounds. So not only they get it down to single digits, Twin Falls turns it over immediately.
Again, Brzee out of the game. I don't know if we'll go to Hyde here working on ball, most likely in the post, but
we're under a minute, 59 seconds left here in the first half as it comes into Smaley. 9-point game with Twin Falls on top. Hyde has it top of the key, immediately gives it right back to Smaley. Watching all the cutters go through.
Yeah, Coach Jones calling out the play from the bench.
Luke holding on to it, gives it back to Hobson, a little runner. Off the glass, no good. Klunt has the rebound with 36 seconds to play in the half. And now Yusette will hold on to it like they're going to work for the last shot here. To Ball, to Duggan over on the left side. Free throw line extended, back out top to Ball. Ball dribbles across the top of the key over to the right side, but Ball now swings back over to the left as it comes back to Yusetta. Back to Duggan, top of the key. Yusetta comes by and takes the handoff there. Goes between his feet a couple of times. 10 seconds down the clock. Took away by Smaley with 8 seconds. 7, Luke on the drive. Lay it up and in. Smaley gets 2 more at the end of the half, and the pass goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was touched by Preston.
They're going to put a little time on that. Well, Greg Harding saying time's out. Mark Cardona saying blue ball. Let's see.
They're saying he heard the horn, but they didn't stop the clock. The way I looked at it, it should have been about a half a second, but they're going to say no as both teams head to the bench, head to their locker rooms. So it's 29-22 here at the end of the first half. Preston got off to a sour start, but they fight back in the last minute and a half to get just a little bit closer. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and talk about it after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Preston Gym with Twin Falls leading by 7, 29-22. And tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors. When you're in the market for a new Dodge, Chrysler, Dodge truck, or Jeep, there's only one place to go in Cache Valley. That's West Motors. They'll treat you like family and give you the best offer that you'll receive anywhere. So if you call Cache Valley home, stop by today. West Motor Company in Preston, and welcome home. Slow start by Preston, turned the ball over way too many times in the first half, but at least they fought back in the closing moments.
Yeah, that was critical. I think it was 15-29, a 14-point lead for the Bruins there at one point. The Indians rallied and scored the last 7 points of the half. Again, Luke Smaley, the primary, not only, but primary offensive option here in the first half for the Indians. Twin Falls, very balanced attack. A lot of three-pointers made for Twin along with some layups, but the Indians just have to generate some more offense here, Dan. You know, we've talked about the Indians usually score in the mid-60s, and, you know, we're pacing for about a 44-point game here right now.
With 2 minutes left in the quarter, Preston had 2 points. They finished scoring 10 points in the last, roughly 2 minutes of the quarter, at least to get close.
Yeah, and I think that'll really help them going into the second half. You know, Brzee picked up his second foul. That's when the Indians went on their run, but, you know, that's only 2 on Brzee. Expect he'll be back and play a lot in the second half, but we have to find some way to get more guys involved. We can't expect Luke Smaley to get all the points for the Indians.
Tune in Saturday afternoon as the Utah State Aggies head to Boise to take on the Boise State Broncos. The Aggies are on a drive for a bid to the NCAA tournament, and a win will take another big step toward that goal. Pregame starts at 1:30. They'll tip the game off at 2. You can hear it right here on your home for Utah State play-by-play in Cache Valley, 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH. Take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the stats from the first half. We'll do all that right after this on mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Twin Falls leads by 7 at halftime, 29-22. Lyle Fuller has a look at the first half stats.
Yeah, for the Indians, Ty Hyde Gets a 2-point field goal, goes 3 for 4 from the free throw line for 5 points. Luke Smaley, 4 for 5 on 2s, 1 for 2 for 3s, and 4 for 4 from the line. Will give Luke 15 points there for Luke in the first half. Cooper Hobson hit a 3-pointer. And that's about it for the scoring in the first half for the Indians, Dan. We've got to have more balance, more scoring opportunities. For Twin Falls, again, you look up the board for them. Brazee, number 33, has got 8. Excuse me, that's Ball that's got 8, and Usueda's got 8. But the balanced scoring from the Bruins, which you'd expect, they're a deep team. And the biggest thing, looking at the Preston stats, Dan, we shot the ball pretty well. 5 for 8 on 2s, 2 for 4 on 3s, and we go 7 for 8 from the free throw line. So the problem was not shot making. The problem was way too many turnovers that came up in empty possessions.
Absolutely. Tonight's game brought to you by Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. If you're looking for financing for a new home, a car, or even an RV, contact Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Stop by their office on State Street in Preston. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Second half coming up right after this break. Stay with us here on mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Welcome back. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller. Again, we apologize for not having video for you tonight as the camera apparently went down just before we went on the air tonight. So we'll describe the second half for you as well, as the ball will belong to the Indians to start the second half. Twin Falls leads 29-22 as we start the second half. Ball comes in to Luke Smaley, and we're underway here in the third. Parker with it, down low to Hyde. Ty traveled.
Yeah. Looked like he may have stepped out of bounds, too. Yeah, they got a lob over the top with Ball defending, but Hyde not able to corral it.
Decided to try to get rid of it instead of go up on Brazee and traveled in the process. In the front court comes to Wyatt Hazer over on the right side to Duggan out top. Go back over the left side, back to Uceta. Uceta top of the key. Stutter step, drives, lost it out of bounds, back to Preston.
Went through somebody's legs, right through the wickets, and each team starts the half with a turnover. See if the Indians can cut into that 7-point deficit now.
Not the way you want to start the second half, but that's what happens. And Preston gets the ball back. Smaley dribbles it up the court. Comes back across the timeline. Hobson cuts it through. Gets it out on the angle on the left. Tries to drive. Little 14-foot leaner is no good, as Brazee had the rebound, but then stumbled and jumped up and down on 1 foot 3 or 4 times. That's a traveling violation.
Yeah, he turned around and looked at the referee like Riley Parker was pushing me, but I think it was just a good call. It's travel, so.
Yep, that's 1 foot or 2. It's still an up and down violation.
Right.
Hobson in the corner, can't get a shot. He's held there, gets away from Duggan. Still he's held again, and now they finally call the foul.
Yeah, Duggan very physical in that perimeter defense.
Duggan's second first team foul for either side of the second half. And it'll be Preston ball underneath their own basket. Smaley, little bounce pass, gets it into Hyde, out top, now back to Dunn. Scott holds it, wants to drive, down the middle, throw it up, needs a bounce, won't get it. Brazee has the rebound. Uceta races it up into the front court, gives it off to Duggan. Duggan back over to Hazer. Can't get a shot. Brazee has it, left side, free throw line extended. Now he'll dribble it back across the top of the key. Back to Duggan, back on the left side again to Uceta. Can't get a shot. Back to Duggan. Steps into a three. That's no good. And a whistle underneath.
Pushing underneath. What do we have?
Is it going to be on Hyde or is it going to be on Brzee? Looks like it's going to be on Hyde, as they're saying, nope, stay, telling everybody to stay here.
Yeah.
So it is on Ty. That's his first.
Battle for rebounding position there, and they get Ty with the push.
First team foul of the half against Preston. One team foul apiece now. As it comes into ball, he gives it back to Yasetta, back to the top of the key. Over on the right side, it goes back to Duggan, back to Yasetta. Ball at the left elbow, takes it, gets it back to Duggan, looks at a three, that's off again. As that'll be rebounded there by Yasetta. They're going to say it was off Hobson, but it was Yasetta who had position in front of him and was the one that dropped it out of bounds, it would appear, but they're going to give it to Twin Falls.
Yeah, the Indians again giving up an offensive rebound, got to hold those box outs.
Looking, ball tapped away again as Hobson got a hand on it, but then it landed out of bounds.
Yeah, good defensive hustle by Cooper, get his hand in the passing lane.
Minute and a half in quarter number 3. Neither side has scored. The lob pass comes into ball. Ball kicks it back out as it comes to Hazer. They set up the offense. On the right block, it goes down low to Brzee. Turns on Hyde. Couple of different ways. Hyde blocked it, goes back up, and now foul on Ty.
Yeah, he got a block and then gets charged with a foul.
That'll be his second. 2 team fouls now on the Indians here in the quarter number 3, or in the second half.
Yeah, you got to credit Brzee for staying with it, keeping the ball high.
Brzee makes the first free throw. Makes it 30-22. As Brzee now has 6 in the game. Made them both. What helped Twin Falls beat Century the other night was Brzee came out and scored 20 points in the second half.
Wow, yeah, with Rogers out, Brzee had his way in the paint there.
Exactly.
Here's
Ty.
Ty.
And he goes up, and that's going to be a foul. Now they get Brzee or Ball.
Let's see.
Front man or back man?
Who was there? Let's see.
Ball. That'll be his second. So that's 2 on Ball, 2 on Brzee, and 2 on Hyde for Preston. As Ty's going to go back to the free throw line. First one is good.
Ty's 5th free throw attempt on the night there. Looked good.
Second one is good. He made them both. He's made 4 out of 6, and he has 6 points overall on the night. Full court pressure again here for
looked like a travel
for Preston. Almost, yeah, Brzee almost lost the front foot, but the back foot, they say, stayed planted. Yasetta in the front court, gives it off to Duggan. They lob it inside. It's over the head of Brzee and out of bounds. An unforced error.
Yeah, rare unforced turnover on Twin. Let's see if we can take advantage.
Timeout called by Twin Falls. We'll sneak one in here as well. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
.546 to play here in the third. 31-24, Twin Falls on top. Preston ball backcourt. Little pressure put on there by Yasetta. Now he backs off as they get the ball into Smaley. Luke walks the dribble across the timeline. Preston going from left to right here in half number 2. Ball poked away by Brzee up into the front court. Throws it through the hands of Hazer. He has to go and get it. Saves it to himself. And now gets it back to Yasetta. Another turnover against Preston. Ball has it 15 feet straight away. Gives it off to Duggan. Brzee now pops out. Free throw line extended right. Gives it back to Yasetta. Dribbles it across to the left side. Back out top to Brzee. Steps in for a 3. No good. Ball tapped away, and it's going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to go against Hazer, and it will.
Yeah, rebounding foul. Hazer, the push on Hobson.
That's his second. 3 team fouls now on Twin Falls here in the second half. 5:06 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
Yeah, so far, same story as the first half. Too many turnovers, not enough shots on goal. The Indians only 2 points here in the quarter so far.
Yeah, those were Ty Hyde's 2 free throws just a moment ago. Lay it off. It goes to Parker. Lay it in. Senior's first 2 points of the game gets Preston back to within 5. 31-26.
Luke Smaley with a drive and the assist.
That's almost travel by Yesetta, but then he runs over a man instead. So instead of the travel, it'll be a player control foul. That's 2 on Yesetta. 4 team fouls now on Twin Falls. That's just about everybody from their starting lineup with 2 fouls now.
Yeah. Everybody in right now. You look at the board, 2 fouls for all the.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
4.5 to play here in quarter number 3. Smaley drives, gets cut off by Yesetta. He'll pull the ball back out. Wants it screened by Hyde. Now drives it in, right down the middle, lay it up and in. Smaley's got 17 of the 28. Yeah. 3-point game. Comes back to Duggan. Back out top, swing it over the ball again on the right side. Free throw line extended. Back out top. Hobson almost got a hand on that pass as it goes back to Yesetta. 4 minutes exactly to play here in the third quarter.
Big crowd here tonight starting to come alive with the Indians within 3.
Duggan back to Yesetta. As it comes back out top. Now to Duggan again on the right side. Duggan holds. Ball pops out. Top of the key to get to receive the pass. We'll give it back here on this side, back to Hazer on the left side. Back to Yesetta, top of the key. Back to Hazer. Wants to make a move, can't, looks, now gives it back again as it goes to Yesetta. Lay it off the ball. Blocked partially by Hyde. Underneath, Ty able to control the rebound. It's a battle underneath, but they get it to Smaley up into the front court. 3:20 to play in the third quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 31-28. It goes back to Parker off the glass. Good.
High pick and roll, Smaley and Parker. 1-point ball game.
31-30. 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Hazer goes back, gives it to Duggan, to Brzee, I should say. Lost it again, taken away by Hyde. Gives it to Smaley, to Don, lay it in. Preston leads, timeout, Twin Falls. We'll take the timeout as well. Back with more right after this on mylocalradio.com.
That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Idaho Salvage. If you're doing any cleanup work around your yard, garage, house, whatever it might be, or a yard or farm, take your scrap metal into cash. You can turn it into cash by taking it to Idaho Salvage and Scrap Metal. They'll take anything from an old junk car to aluminum cans. Idaho Salvage and Metal. They're on West Oneida, right here in Preston. So Preston has fought back. They lead by a point with 2:35 to play here in the third quarter. Yesetta drops it down to the post. It goes to Brzee. Turns on Hyde. Shoots over Hyde. No. Ball has it once. Ball has it again. That's tied up. Could be a jump ball. That'll go back over to Twin Falls on the alternating possession rule. But it's not a gimme underneath for Ball.
No, let's see. Twin Falls, So Brzee and Ball both had shots right at the rim that don't go. Heavily contested by the Indians.
Lob it in. It comes to Brzee. Brzee wants to drive, runs into Hyde, kicks it off in the corner. A three from there at a bad angle is no good. Dunn has the rebound, gives it off to Hobson. Cooper up into the front court, looks at a three, no good. Parker with the tap is no good. As the rebound comes off to Brzee. 2:05 to play, still a 1-point Preston lead, 32-31. Out top to Ball. Back to Brzee, top of the key. Turns and faces up on Hyde. Looks down low, gives it back to Ball. Wants to back in on Parker, can't do that. So we kick it back out to Uceta. Over on the right side, it goes back to Duggan. Duggan dribbles it across the top of the key. We'll go back to Uceta on the left side. Traveled. Nope, stepped out of bounds.
Uceta stepped on the sideline right in front of the Twin Falls bench on that drive.
Tried to step back to push off, and in the process, stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, and this year, Dan, Idaho's gone to this three-man refereeing crew, and I'm not sure a two-man crew would have saw that. Mike Cardona right on the line, though, makes that call.
Hudson Clunt back into the game. Gage Plew back into the game as well. 1:43 to play.
Indians, Dan, on an 8-0 run here to take this 1-point lead.
As they hand it to Hobson, does Smaley as he comes across the timeline. 1.5 to play here in the third. Back down to Hobson, lay it in. Nice pass from Smaley to find the wide open cutter. 3-point lead, 34-31 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 1:15 to play in the quarter. Uceta directs traffic from the angle on the right side. Brzee pops out to meet the ball, now dribbles it back across the top of the key. Gives it back to Uceta, tries to drive baseline, flips it up, it's an air ball. Hyde has the rebound, ahead, they get it to Smaley. Luke lay it all the way in. Left-hand layup. Smaley now has 19 in the game. Under a minute to play, a 5-point lead for Preston. The shot was underneath. A cripple is no good from underneath. Back to Preston, it goes to Hyde in the front court. Looks to Hobson, he has it. Now in the corner it goes to Dunn. Back down low, it goes to Hyde. Tries to back in, turns to the left. His shot, no good. As they say that Brzee with a clean block. And Twin has it.
Couldn't get it up and over Brzee there, but
27 seconds to play in the quarter. Comes to Uceta. 20, he'll hold on to the ball. Brzee gives it off to Plew, left side. Now back out top as it comes again to Uceta. Uceta looks inside. Pass was partially deflected. Now he gets it back on the right side. His three-pointer from there is no good. And that'll be a foul inside on Brzee as he crashed into Hyde on the rebound. That's 3 on Mitchell Brzee. That'll be 5 on Twin Falls as a team. So Brzee is going to come out. Ryan Ball comes back in. 5.5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's enough time to get a decent shot.
Comes to Smaley inbounds at the timeline, waiting, now steps across it, comes to Cooper, Hyde with a long three, no good at the buzzer, and that's the way the quarter will end. Good quarter, however, from Preston. They go from 7 down to 5 up. We'll go to the fourth. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go to as we come back. After 3, Preston leads 36-31 on mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
We welcome you back, Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller as we go to the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter tonight is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Preston leads by 5, 36-31. here as we go to quarter number 4.
Another huge third quarter for Luke Smaley, just like the other night against Minico. On that big run, Dan, Luke assisted on 4 of those baskets and scored a layup himself. Oh, boy. Now we lost it. Usueda will get an open layup.
Usueda takes it away, and from behind, Smaley commits the foul. Count the basket.
Yeah, Luke tried to catch up and block that layup. Instead, it's an and one for Usueda.
That cuts the lead down to 3, 36-33. Usueda will go to the line to shoot 1. That's the first foul of the night on Luke Smaley, and the third on Preston as a team. The free throw is good. So Usueda now with 11 points in the game. As Smaley brings it across the timeline. Comes around the screen as Parker fighting there to try to get position, and that's going to be a foul as Smaley just flipped it up toward the basket, and he'll going to go to the line. So the fouls are going to be on Gage Plew. His first. Twin Falls now out of fouls for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Indians only 3 team fouls, and
so that's the first on Plew, 6 on the team here in the second half. First one by Smaley does not go in. Tell you what, one thing I do remember about the game back in December is Preston did not commit a single team foul in the third quarter.
Wow.
But with 4:03 left in quarter number 4, Twin Falls was shooting 1-and-1s. They called 7 team fouls against Preston in 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
Wow.
So Luke makes the second, 37-34. In the corner, Brzee doesn't take the shot, looks inside, still nothing there. They'll swing it all the way around the outside as it'll be Usueda for the tie, no good. Rebound is off to Smaley. Here comes Luke up into the front court on the run, back to Dunn. Dunn pulls up with a 4-foot jumper, no good. Ball has the rebound. All the way underneath as the layup is in. Foul against Preston. I think they're going to call that on Hyde down low.
Who have they got? The referee's conferring.
As let's see, count the basket. It is against Ty. That's his third.
So Duggan will go to the line. Second three-point play opportunity for the Bruins already in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Both on breakaway layups.
4 team fouls now on the Indians. As the three-point play is no good as he missed the free throw. Timeout called by Preston. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. We'll remind you that tonight's game is being brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Franklin County since 1925. You know, residents have been coming to them in their time of need for advice or for their services, or even if they just simply have questions that they need, excuse me, they might need to have answered. Their doors are always open in your time of need, especially when you need them most. So stop by and see them. They're on Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. That's Webb Funeral Home, serving the Franklin County community since 1925.
The Preston ball here coming out of the timeout, and the Indians will look to score. Only scored 1 point so far here in the quarter on a Luke Smaley free throw.
Ball belonged to Preston at the midcourt stripe right in front of us. 6:55 to play in the fourth, a 1-point Indian lead. 37-36 on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it goes to Hobson. Back out top to Smaley again. As Usueda comes out to try to pressure. Now they double team the ball. It goes to Hyde. Hyde runs into Ball. Shot's no good. Taken down out of the midair by Ward. Skip it across, and Brzee rather tries to go up, and then comes down and travels with the ball. He intercepted the pass, but did the same thing. Tried to get his balance, but took a little jump step.
Yeah, Brzee, used that 6'10" size to intercept a dangerous cross-court pass, but then just traveled with it. Twin Falls bench and fans not happy with the call.
If it was gymnastics, they say he took a little bunny hop on the landing. That's what he did.
Didn't stick it.
Ball comes in for Smaley, gives it to Dunn, right in front of his own bench on the right side. to Ward. Snap pass over to Hobson. Back out top to Smaley. Looks at a three. Short. Rebound tapped around. Comes down to Dunn in the right corner. Back to Ward. Garrett tries to drive the baseline. Down low to Hyde. Back to Dunn. Looks at a three. In and out. As it's Brzee with the rebound. That ball was 2/3 of the way down, then spun back out.
Crowd ready to explode had it stayed down.
Under 6 minutes to play here in regulation. 1 point lead for Preston. Driving, kicking over in the corner. Yesetta for three. Good.
That's the size of the Twin Falls guards. 6'4" Dugan to 6'3" Yesetta in the corner.
Oh, this is a big team. They definitely are the biggest team in the conference.
Yeah.
As the ball's tapped away by Duggan and out of bounds. Hobson brings it back in to Smaley. Down in the left corner, goes back to Hobson, now back to Smaley again. As Luke looks down low, can't go there, so he gives it back out top, back to Garrett Ward, back to Smaley again, left side, free throw line extended. Lob pass goes into Hyde, kick it back out to Ward for a three. Go! Oh, that's a big hoop. Garrett Ward gives Preston a 1 point lead again, 40-39. Hazer kicks it over in the corner. It goes back to Yesetta. Comes back across the top of the key around the screen set by Ball. Back down to Ball on the right, blocks. His shot no good. Hyde has the rebound after Brzee got a hand on it. Couldn't control it. Here comes Smaley up into the front court. Back to Hobson. A long three. Good again! Hobson with his second three of the game. Preston goes up by 4.
A couple of huge three-point shots there by Ward, and now Hobson.
Snap it over on the right side, back to Duggan, looks inside.
Oh, he's out. No.
Ball was out of bounds, didn't really establish himself. As he goes up, shots blocked by Hyde, taken away. 2-on-2. It's Smaley all the way, lay it in. Smaley's got 22, and it's a 6 point lead for the Indians. Hazer in the corner, he goes back to Brzee. Brzee to the cutting Dugan, lay it in.
Yeah, somehow the defender got picked on that cut. Dugan with an easy layup.
Good requisition by Brzee to get him the ball in the open space. We go under 4 minutes, 3:50 to play here in the quarter number 4. Lob it down on the block, it goes to Hyde, tries to back in on Brzee, now holds it, still holding it, back to Smaley, lay it in along the baseline.
Good recognition by Ty.
Smaley with a new season high of 24. Taken away by Ball, tried to get it to Ball, took it away, Ward saved it on the floor, and it ends up in the hands of Smaley, 3.5 to play. Luke bumped at the timeline, then he runs into Brzee, now goes off to Hyde. Hyde down the middle to put it in. Hyde got contact from Ball with no call. Again, here comes Yesetta, has his shot blocked by Smaley. Picked up by Hyde, another turnover. Preston up 8 with less than 3 to play. 49-41, 2:50 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Down to Hyde on the blocks. Tried to give it back to Ward, tried to give it back to Ty, couldn't get there as Brzee got a hand on it, knocked it away. He controls it, gives it up to Yesetta, back up into the front court. Yesetta pulls up for a three, good. Timeout, called by Twin Falls. Go ahead.
Bruin's not going away. Tough shot by Yesetta, their senior point guard.
Timeout on the floor to be a full timeout. We'll take it here as well. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
See, that's what the new Neveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial, or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Remind you again, coming up Saturday afternoon, Utah State heads to Boise as they will be up there to take on the Boise State Broncos. The Aggies looking for a tournament bid. Big win last night at home over New Mexico. They sweep New Mexico on the year. Pregame show Saturday starts at 1:30. They'll tip off the game at 2, and you can hear the game on your home for Utah State play-by-play, 105.5 FM and AM 1340 in the Cache Valley, KACH. Full court pressure put on here by Twin Falls. Ball in the backcourt for Preston as they get the ball in successfully. They come around the screen, set by Hyde. You set her right in Smaley's pocket, but Luke able to pull the ball back out again. 2:15 to play in regulation, and a timeout called by Preston. Preston will take a full timeout as well. So tell you what, let's take our final timeout of the night. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Let's reset for you as we're playing here late in the fourth. 2:13 to play. Indians leading by 5, 49-44 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Preston with 4 team fouls in the half. Twin Falls with 6, so they're out of fouls. And should it become in play, the possession arrow is in the direction of the Bruins of Twin Falls.
The Indians with 2 timeouts left, Twin Falls with 1.
As it comes in the backcourt to Smaley. Luke driving on Ucetta, gives it off to Parker. Now to Hobson on the right side. Back over in the corner, goes back to Smaley. Drives the baseline, he's fouled, but it won't go down. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to go on Ucetta, that's his 3rd. 7 on the team.
Been a great battle all night between those 2 point guards. Ucetta far and away the leading scorer for Twin, and Smaley having a terrific game for Preston.
First one's no good. Garrett Ward comes back in. Riley Parker will go back to the bench. 2:02 to play. Luke back to the free throw line to shoot his second free throw shot, trying to extend the lead. And it's no good. He missed them both. So it remains a 5-point Preston lead, 49-44. Duggan with it up in the front court for Twin Falls. Gives it off to Ucetta, pulls up for a 3. No. Smaley up high for the rebound. Little point guards everywhere. Ahead to Ward, lay it up and in. 2 big baskets here in the quarter for Ward, and leads out to 7, 51-44. 1.5 to play. Ucetta back to Duggan here on the left side. Drives, and that's an offensive foul, probably against the screener.
Yep.
Blue, it is.
Blue. Yep.
No free throw shots on the offensive foul, so it's out of bounds to the Indians with 1:25 to play.
You see Ryan Ball back in the game now. Twin Falls, Dan, is not really a team built to score quickly, although they do shoot threes well, though.
Ball comes into Parker, gives it to Hyde. Brzee way out near the timeline on him. As it comes to Smaley, back to Parker again, top of the key. Over on the right side, it comes to Hobson. Hobson looks inside, gets it to Hyde. He'll hand it to Smaley. Free throw line extended right. Smaley back out top, goes back to Ward. 1 minute to play here in regulation. Tapped out of bounds by Brzee. Look out as he crashes into the scorer's table.
Yeah. The Indians have to be really good with their ball security right now.
58 seconds left. They lead by 7, 51-44. Dunn to bring it in. Brings it in the backcourt as it comes to Smaley, and that's going to be a foul on Ucetta. That'll be 4, and that'll be 1-1 again for Smaley.
Yeah. Luke, I don't think, has come out of the ballgame. Dan, legs looked a touch tired on that last trip to the line. Let's see if he can power these up and in.
Don't think Ty has either.
Yeah.
Ty only with 3 fouls. So here's Luke. Has 24 in the game. Make it 25. He's had 18 each of the last 2 games and led the team in scoring the last 2. And he makes his 26th point of the night as he sinks another free throw. 52 seconds to play. Preston up by 9. As the ball in the corner, slipping and falling is Uceta. Preston takes the ball away. It goes to Smaley in the front court with 40 seconds to play.
Bruins will have to foul.
As it is Brzee comes out to foul to Hyde rather, and that's 4 on Mitchell Brzee. Ty Hyde at the line. 38 seconds left on the clock. Ty's first free throw is good, and Preston leads by 10. That's 9 in the game for Ty.
Yeah, most of them coming from the line. Tough sledding inside. But Ty's battled.
Second one no good. 10-point lead. Clock runs with 33 seconds to play. It's a ball to Uceta. They got to force up threes as Uceta layup is in. Timeout called by Twin Falls. Uceta gets credit for the hoop. That gives him 19 in the game. And a timeout again called here by Twin Falls, another full timeout with 26 seconds to play, and it's an 8-point lead.
Biggest thing for the Indians here, Dan, on the inbounds is to control the ball and make them foul you. Try to score from the line. You certainly don't want to give up threes, and you certainly don't want to foul a three-point shooter, whatever you do.
Tonight's game brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. It's refreshing to know you can shop where you not only are welcome but appreciated, but know that you're also going to get everything you need all in one place. That's what happens when you go into Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. They are the only place in town that's going to happen. Whether it's for motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or your car or truck parts, you can always get everything you need at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop by today. They're at 17 South State Street right here in Preston. 26.9 seconds left. 8-point lead for Preston. So basically it's a 3-possession game.
Yep. You got to inbounds it cleanly. Look for Hyde to set a screen on Smaley's man, maybe even a double screen to try to get it to Luke.
Best thing Twin can do is foul right away and then hope they get the ball back. As they do foul, they tried to foul Riley Parker, but they didn't call it, but instead they called it on Scott, the foul on Dunn, as Hazer whistled for the foul. That'll be his 3rd. And now Dunn will go to the line to shoot 2, as that'll put the Indians into the double bonus.
Yeah, Dunn's first trip to the line, and he's one of our better free throw shooters.
Scotty ready? The first free throw. Needs a bounce, won't get it. That's his first free throw of the night. And now Twin Falls is going to bring everybody in. They're going to call off the Dogs as a 9-point lead with 24 seconds left as they go to the bench and bring everybody in. And seeing that, Coach Ty Jones will do the same thing. Big hand as the Indians are going to go on and they're going to win a district basketball championship.
Big hand. We have too many guys on the floor, though. Somebody's going in for the shooter. Somebody needs to get off. All right, here we go.
So Dunn will go back to the line as Scotty's second free throw is good. So Dunn leaves with 3 points in the game. 24.7 left. It's a 9-point lead, so it's still a 3-possession game. They basically need 3 threes in 20 seconds without giving up a point. Comes back out, they'll swing it around top. That's Lucas Young into the game. His shot is no good. Rebound is off to Robertson, 12 seconds to play. As Jordan Keller dribbles in the front court, 7-6, gives it off to Gordon. Knapp with 4, with 3, with 2, and the Preston Indians are your 2018 Great Basin District champions.
Great win for the Preston Indians, down 7 at half. They come roaring back to take this one by 9. It's always good to win championships, district, state, or otherwise.
That puts Preston in a date, and we'll tell you about it during the postgame show. That puts them in a date with one of a handful of different teams at 3 o'clock next Thursday afternoon to open the state tournament in Boise. Final score, 55-46. We'll take a timeout. We'll start the postgame show. Hopefully we can get a word with Coach Jones. We'll do all that right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back here to Preston Gym. The Preston Indians win it tonight over Twin Falls. Their biggest loss of the year, 55-46.
Yeah, the Bruins, really a good team, and of course they'll be at state on the other side of the bracket. It's possible we'd see them again there, but great win tonight for Preston to win this district championship.
So Twin Falls will play at 8 o'clock on Thursday night against Idaho Falls, a team they've already faced twice this year.
Yeah, beat Idaho Falls twice. They have. Both teams are very tall. Should be an interesting matchup. For a Preston Indian team, of course, will be on the other half of the bracket, and we just don't know quite yet who that'll be that we'll face.
It was narrowed down to 4 teams that could possibly play in the play-in game on Saturday afternoon. Those teams are Middleton, Nampa, Hillcrest, or Bonneville.
Yeah, so Bishop Kelly and Cuna, the top 2 seeds in that Boise area district tournament, both knocked out in the tournament. So I don't know a whole lot about Nampa, for example, but we'll get one of those 4, and that'll be cleared up by Saturday.
So Preston trailed at halftime and came out, and Luke Smaley went great guns in quarter number 3.
Boy, Luke was just tremendous tonight with 26 points. Several assists, several rebounds, just an all-around terrific game by the junior point guard, Luke Smaley.
He ends with a season-high 26 in the game. We'll take a look at all the scoring coming up in just a second as we try to get Coach Jones's attention as they present the trophy to his team out on the floor as they turn and acknowledge the crowd, as now they're going to go cut down the nets here at the gym. This is always the greatest feeling of all. The North Carolina State used to practice this under Coach Valvano.
Yeah.
The first practice they had, they didn't take the basketball out onto the floor. They'd go out there, and there was a ladder, and they would practice cutting the nets down so they knew what they were playing for.
Yeah, exactly. And, this Indian tee-off here for this Preston Indian team.
Trying to get Coach Jones's attention. He's standing here right in front of us, watching his team going through the ritual, cutting down the nets.
Yeah, maybe I'll see if I can grab him if you want, Ben.
As he's now back out by the bench, just trying to get somebody's attention who might be able to just tap him on the back for us here. As we can tell you that the games when we get to Boise next week will all be on live on the radio. We're not able to bring you a video feed because people own the video rights and the internet rights. So we'll have the games for you live and from courtside at the high school there for the first 2 rounds, and then the potential championship game at the Ford Center coming up on Saturday. If they do make it to the championship game, it would be at 6 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. But the first game they only have to worry about, that game is at 3 o'clock on Thursday against a whole host of teams still with a possible getting into that first game against the Preston Indians, as Coach Tyler Jones joins us here on the postgame show. Congratulations, Coach.
Hey, thank you. It was a wild one for sure. A lot of fun. Proud of our kids. That first half was tough. Twin, they're a great defensive team. They're so long, and that length caused a lot of problems. But our kids, second half, settled in, and they never backed down, and they kept fighting and found a way.
It also seemed that maybe our height inside with Ty would cause them a little bit of problems too, because they had a very difficult time getting the ball into Brzee inside.
Yeah, I thought defensively, early we tried our zone to try to help balance out that size advantage, and they were hitting shots, and then we had to go man, and I thought our man defense was really good tonight.
Yeah, Luke Smaley tonight, thought Coach was just outstanding. We've got him for 26 points. That big run in the end of the second, then in the third quarter, he scored or assisted on almost every basket. I thought, boy, he was sure huge for you tonight.
Huge tonight, and he can do that. He's an athletic, so quick, hard to guard, and he's so good at getting to the basket, and he took over. And that kid he's going against, he's an all-stater last year, a heck of a player, and Luke, I thought tonight was huge.
We talked about how Luke's game changed about a month ago. This is the third straight game he's led you in scoring.
Yep, and it makes us, so much more dangerous when he can do that. Then they can't focus as much on Ty and our shooters, and it just opens up for everybody when he can do that.
Yeah, and you got some good contributions, of course, from everybody. I thought that the three-pointer that Garrett Ward hit was huge. Riley Parker had a couple big buckets in that run as well.
Yeah, and Riley, he did the little things down low, getting physical with their bigs, and all of them. Like I said, Garrett hit a big shot, all of them. It takes everybody, but just a great second half there.
Right off the top of the broadcast, I mentioned to Lyle that I don't believe in superstitions. I don't believe there's anything that I can say that would sway anything that happens on the court. But do you realize tomorrow is 2 years since you lost at home last?
No, we've had a great run here at home, and you saw it tonight. You get a crowd like this, and our student body filled that whole section, the band. It's just a great environment. You don't get it. You don't see this in very many places, and it's a tribute to our fans here, the Preston area, and how great they are.
I don't think there was hardly a seat in the house. It's kind of a warm-up for what they're going to see next weekend.
No, it's nothing like a state tournament at Bora High School. It's a great atmosphere there, and these guys have shown, they're coming on, and when they want to, they can be pretty good.
Yep, exactly. We appreciate your time. Congratulations once again.
All right, thank you. Thanks so much. We'll see you up there.
That's Coach Tyler Jones with us here on the postgame show. We'll take a timeout. Ty will look at the scores when we come back right after this on mylocalradio.com.
It's a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South
Preston
State
wins
Street
it by the
Preston.
score of 55-46 here tonight. They take the title in the Great Basin 10 District Championship, and they'll go to Boise next weekend as the #1 seed out here from the southeastern part of the state of Idaho. So the big win tonight. Lyle Fuller has a look at the stat sheet.
Yeah, for the Indians tonight, Indians are down 13-16 at the end of one, down 22-29 at half. They come out with a huge third quarter, go up 36-31, and then finish the game out at 55-46. So the Indians put up another 19 points in that fourth quarter. For field goals, the Indians go 15 for 23, excellent shooting percentage. A lot of those Luke Smaley layups right at the rim. Three-pointers, we go 4 for 9. On free throws, 14 out of 21. Individual scoring, Ty Hyde only gets 5 field goal attempts, well below what he usually gets, but he makes 2 out of 5 from the field, 6 for 9 from the line for 10 points. Luke Smaley, 8 for 9 from the field, 1 for 2 for threes, 7 for 10 from the line for those 26 points. Luke with several assists on the night as well. Scott Dunn hits a 2-point basket. It goes 0 for 1 for threes, 1 for 2 from the free throw line for 3 points. Cooper Hobson, 1 for 3 on twos, hits 2 3-pointers out of 5 attempts, 8 points for Cooper tonight. Riley Parker goes 2 for 3 for 4 points, and Garrett Ward hits a 2-point basket and a 3-point basket to give him 5. For the Twin Falls Bruins, I don't have all their scoring, Dan, but Fausto Usueda, their senior point guard, was 19. Brzee and Ball, neither one of them reached double-digit scoring, which I thought was big tonight. Neither of their bigs got to 10. I've got Brzee with 7 and Ball with 8, but Usueda, the high man tonight for Twin, with 19.
Yeah, Duggins also had 7 in the game as well tonight. You know, Dan Patrick called it the greatest trophy in all of sports, that little piece of net after winning a championship. And the Preston Indians boys standing out there on the court, now taking pictures with the student body who are here, all holding up their little piece of net, the greatest trophy in all of sports. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap up tonight's broadcast after this. Preston wins it by the final score of 55-46. Back after this on mylocalradio.com.
58. When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back here to Preston Gym. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller as the Indians win it tonight and take home the title of district champions for the Great Basin 10 Conference. And Lyle, I think going in, you probably, because you've seen more of these, you probably had a little bit more faith than I did. I questioned at the end of the first quarter whether Preston was going to be able to pull it off or not.
Didn't look good. Boy, we looked a little rattled and really struggling against their length and turning the ball over, but Indians sure turned it up a notch, and I think that's another sign of growth from this team. We've talked about some throughout the season, but to be down 7 at half to maybe the best or one of the best 4A teams in the entire state come roaring back and win that one in convincing fashion. Huge win here for this junior-heavy team. And now they get a week, Dan, to prepare for the state tournament, which is kind of nice. At this point in the season, you inevitably have some bumps, some bruises, some minor sprains. It's nice to have maybe a couple extra days off, but Tyler Jones, of course, very experienced in terms of getting the team ready for state, keeping the momentum and excitement going, so they'll be ready to go a week from today.
You know, Cooper Hobson kind of twisted a little bit of an ankle there late in the game against Minico last weekend. And it looked like, I don't want to say it bothered him, but maybe affected his shot maybe just a little bit tonight.
Yeah, you know, you can get in the whirlpool or the massage and do whatever you need to do to try to work out some of those things. And we'll know, I think, by Saturday who we'll face in the first round. You can start to maybe watch a little film and get ready for those guys. We'll be on the same side of the bracket at state as the winner of tonight's Pocatello and Century game. That could be a very interesting game. Pocatello's playing really well right now.
Yes.
And so they have a good shot to take that and be the represent third seed from state or from our district at state. So that'll be interesting to know. But to win state championship, you've got to beat good teams. So there aren't any bad teams at the 4A level. Out of 28 teams, only 8 make it to state. So you're playing somebody good every night, and there isn't any easy road to winning a state championship.
Yeah, Pocatello or Century is going to have to play the winner of the Columbia Valley View title game in their district.
Yeah, you know, both. What I do know about Columbia and Valley View is they both have outstanding perimeter players. Ladeau for Valley View, capable of going for 35 or 40 on any given night, and Polton, I think, for Columbia, very fine player who's scored in the 30s this year. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, you never know who you get until the brackets are set. But it'll be a lot of fun, and we hope to have a great crowd from Preston come out to watch state like we've had the last few years. We've packed the Preston side of Bora High School, seen a lot of Preston blue there, and let's look to do that again.
Thank you for your help and your commentary this whole season long.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
I thank you for that. That's going to wrap up tonight's broadcast, but first we'll tell you our next broadcast comes up as Lyle mentioned, next Thursday night from Bora High School, part of the opening day of the state basketball tournament. With a win tonight, Preston will face one of several different teams who are still fighting for a spot to get through that play-in game coming up on Saturday. Ron Smaley will join me. We'll have the call coming up Thursday night at 3 o'clock, or Thursday afternoon at 3. Make a note of that special time. Our pregame show will start at 2:40 in the afternoon. The game tips off at 3 o'clock, and you will hear that game on the radio only. No internet and no video feed there from the state tournament. So catch the games on Thursday afternoon starting at 2:40 with the pregame show on 105.5 FM and AM 1340. That wraps up tonight's broadcast. The executive director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. So until next time, for Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remind you of the final score. The Indians win it in come from behind fashion as they win it 55-46. Until next Thursday from the state tournament in Boise, we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.